And we should be live. Okay. Be live. Oh, Skoomy, hello. Are you able to see everything correctly? Chat. Yeah, chat is in the right place, I think. We are waiting. Oh, they started already. Whoa, I'm so bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have here. Okay, they haven't started. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see what we've got there. What are we missing? We are missing ship scoring. We are missing 6 coins, and we are missing worker power. Ship scoring. Okay, first the map base. Okay, that's good. That's the map I know the best. Ship scoring, worker power, and what they say, it's 6 coins. So a little bit maybe coin light game. Double air rewards. Temple round 2, so probably like 2 temple factions can like temple here and temple again here. And town slate, so that's like good for economy, I'd say. And double big building. Yeah, this seems like a nice track. Nothing more I can say about this. I set up my thing in a way that I cannot see if anyone is on the chat or not. Can I see? Yeah. So a lot of analysis is probably going on. I honestly think it kind of doesn't matter what they put into, because there is an auction anyway. So you just kind of want to put stuff that you know and maybe your opponents don't know. We have Oran and we have Halflings. Good choices, probably. Oh, I cannot click on those to see the factions. And I believe both of them has a single step on air, so that should, like, this is nice. This is also nice. So an early priest, like there is a priest and there is a spade. And yeah, for Oran there is also temp ship. They can dwelling rush. Thank you, Skoomy. Yeah, air water, yeah, and air earth, yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. Air water sounds great here. Oran with the landscapes, because we are playing this tournament. Maybe I should explain a little bit. There will be I hopefully can turn this into a recording as well. So this is a 2v2 tournament. Here we have team, what I would call them Statue of Liberty, because it's a French-American team. So team Statue of Liberty is playing against team Germany here. And they will sum the scores at the end of the game, basically. And whoever has the bigger sum wins. And normally Terra Mystica is played 4-player. I would say that's how people play it mainly. And yeah, so this is like just splitting teams into 2. But it's great because like there is no king making anymore. It's just, you know, skill versus skill, like your idea versus the opponent's idea. There is no randomness in the game apart from the seating that you pick the factions, but that's like very minimal. Like the teams would have to be insanely skilled for that to matter. Like they would basically need to hit the skill cap of the game, which is very, very high. And yeah, so there is no randomness. It's just like, it's like chess Eurogame, I would say, here a little bit, but played in teams, which is just really, really cool. So I tried to get someone to co-cast here with me because I was afraid I will be not able to fulfill 3 hours, because that's how probably long this gonna take. Of, you know, staring at this and like thinking of the possible lines. But yeah, I'll try to make it. Let's see if I can make it. So for Oren, yeah, they are like they will be picking the bonus tile last. So there is, I think, from the good ones. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one for them because green has a really nice interaction with sailing, because here they can sail, here they can sail, and with just like one dig they can sail here as well. For halflings, do they make a nice pair with Oren? I would say definitely. You want in 2v2 you want to what I call hug each other. Oh my gosh, superstitious rugby, you will be banned. How do I ban you? How do I ban in chat? That's an interesting question. Yeah, banned. That's nice. Okay, yeah, they are great pair. Like in 2v2, you want to hug each other, what I would call this. And the brown will often be here. And here. And here is a great place where green can kind of fit in. So that would be an amazing pair if someone can get it. But obviously we will have auction. So you will probably have to pay a lot for this. But what's the order? Oh, they did get first and second. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now they can also pair two of them. To be honest, I'm a little surprised that it isn't, like, it doesn't matter that much, as I said, but I'm a bit surprised that it isn't normalized, so that like teams put in like A, B, B, A order, or like A, B, A, B, A, A, B, B. Sounds like it can be better for someone, but again, probably not that it matters. Yeah, what do we expect? The German team showed great promise with blue-black pairings before. What they've done in previous rounds is they placed mermaids here and formed like a sanctuary town here or here. And then a black faction which just went like this or this. The reason why it was good is because, in my opinion, I might be completely wrong about this, they got turn order becomes a mostly time advantage. That's a good point. That is a good point. Time advantage is big because, as you can see, this is played in friendly mode because this is 2v2. So there is no clock. And I'm honestly quite surprised how much time they are all spending here. You get 45 minutes per player. So you have like 90 minutes for your team. And I do believe most of the time you want to spend in the auction, actually. Like, I think that's that's the most point you get per minute of thinking time. That's just my opinion. So this is like pre-auction still. And I wouldn't probably want to spend as much here. Like here, like 1 minute spent here doesn't translate to like too many points. Yeah, probably. Yeah, so that would be like Skoomy rightfully writes here that they're suggesting a pair. Yeah. That makes sense actually. Because you are kinda using the time when the other team cannot use. That's actually really smart. That's a great suggestion. Yeah. I totally can understand now. So to explain my thought process here, they have a faction pair of factions in mind, and they are currently evaluating the auction for themselves, but their opponents cannot think on their time because they don't know the factions yet. So they can just possibly automatically, yeah, that's what's happening. Black, blue, and now they might have like a concrete values. Like for each pair, they have like the limit that they want to put, and they can just automatically do this. While the team of deranged and BowserHugs, they just saw this for the first time. What's being put in? I do believe Germans are like they have the advantage just because of the placements. Yeah, and we do get a mega sandwich, which is also harder to evaluate probably. We get this sandwich, and like swarmlings don't care that much about sandwiches, right? Especially, yeah, like they do not care. Oren and halflings are on the outskirts. Darklings, yeah, darklings. I think darklings care a little bit, but not that much. Yeah, but so does swarmlings. Yeah, you get a point. Yeah. I get your point. Okay, so who do we like here? Obviously, like halflings Oren would be still, I think, fantastic, just because they're on the outskirts of the sandwich. But yeah, swarmlings are a very powerful faction in 2v2. Who's playing the cults? I do think we have to touch on this. Like, I believe there are like 3, maybe 4 archetypes in 2v2. I believe the first one is like the cults. So here I would say Oren and Swarmlings are probably the two that will play the cults. Whoever gets the 2 key down, I think gets an advantage on that. Yeah, 2 key race for sure. Yeah, I completely agree. Then we have, I think, going by the archetypes, we have a support archetype. Ooh, I'm surprised by this. But they're better players than me, so yeah, they're obviously like in sync here. So Darklings are the most powerful faction, it seems, by everyone's evaluation. We'll see how much in just a second. Swarms probably win the race. I probably agree with that. Yeah. Going back to the archetypes, the supporting archetype. So like you will just make your partner games better. I think halflings and darklings here excel at that. But I'm not sure we will see that because this archetype can be skipped. There is the archetype of network, so like going a lot and like building a lot and just like winning this race for network. And the fourth archetype, I would say it's like a combination of 1 and 3, and it's enabled by archetype, supporting archetype, and it's as a carry archetype. So basically, you will just score the most points because you get support from your friend. I've seen it done. I think it's probably harder to play to like evaluate correctly because these players are still used to like playing for themselves in a 4-player game. So yeah, it's hard to like see the points flow between two factions, like how your actions by one player can be better spent on helping the other player, because there are caps, like there are building caps, like you cannot build more than like 8 dwellings plus 4 dwellings plus like 3 plus 2, right? Like you'll just hit the limit cap, and Dark Things are surprising. I agree. Like I'm not sure how he plays here, because I imagine they, like for example, like this is tricky, and I think this is great by the German team, but now they're spending time. So I thought that they will have this more by the numbers, like the time they placed. Like that was actually insane that they had like the last 2 picks. I think that this ruling should be changed here. Because I do believe that they can get a huge time advantage based on this. Because normally when you like think about something, your opponent can think about this as well. But they have the knowledge and the other team doesn't. So they can like plan the auction in the same time, and the other team in the same time cannot do kinda anything, I'd say. Darklings at 27. So 13 paid for them. And now the German team is, I think, thinking who to jump to. And what do we expect? What do we expect? I expect halflings. I have to say halflings, I think. I think that this tracks is fairly good to like supportive halflings, I would say. Like get the economy favors, like R2 and halfling only wants, that might be a good point. Okay, so what's the best pair here, Skoomy? What do you think? Like, is it like Darklings Oren? Nah, that probably can't be it. Like, this is like, normally I'm able to evaluate this better, but here I'm just like, this is some preparation by both teams, I think. What's the best pairing and what's the worst pairing? I think those are the questions that you have to often ask yourselves when one. Yeah, Darklings Oren, yeah, that's, I think that's decent for sure. Like I cannot see how that's bad, for example, but like, and at this evaluation, am I crazy that I would actually take Swarmlings Halflings at -13? Oren Swarms. Wow. You might be right, but wow. Honestly, if I was playing that, like I just imagine like I'm playing with my with realism, for example, here. Okay, they did jump to halflings. I was accidentally right. No, sorry, they beat Darklings and then they just. Okay, so nobody likes Swarmlings at this table. This is crazy for me. Like, this is still very good for Swarmlings, I think. Like, they pair... Okay, so what's the offer? Offer is Halfling Swarmlings at 14 points. I'll just take that, I think. I think I take that. Is it crazy? Like, Darkling's Orin might be the best, like the highest pair, but how do they... Like, where do they have? Like, E10, E9? And maybe like H5, G3? That's how you place them? That's like very... Maybe like B5, A10? Or B5, C4 maybe even? But that's like very predictable and it leaves a lot of space to the other team, I believe. Like G6, H7. It's just insane, I think. G6, F5. But why wouldn't I go like H7, for example, first? Because Darklings are still placing like at the worst possible time, right? Like they place 4th, so you know their placements. And Oren cannot. You think the Darklings would play G5? But what if I go F5 then after that? What if I end up F5, H7, G6, I10, for example? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they are like I don't think like I think Darklings are going E10 and H5 or like B5 with that pairing. So I think it's very predictable, which is often nice because you can like Swarmlings also have like this is landscapes, right? So Swarmlings only need one placement. G6, yeah, I agree. They place G6 and I would say I don't know. Like for E10, this can actually be like E11 placement for Swarmlings to just take away that space. And like you are playing G6, F7, E11, and that E10 suddenly I think looks a little bit silly. Like you'll go D8, B6, A13, I believe, with a bridge there. D5 to kill Orange center town. Are they placing in the center though? You think like E5 for Darklings and F4 for Oran, and they're like digging E6, and then Oran have like E7, D5, C3. That can be interesting. Okay, auction is happening, and we are talking about placements. So many things happening. Okay, Nafghar. Like, I would take Halfling Swarmlings earlier here, I think, but these are better players than me, so I'm probably wrong. I think Oren would go E9, F4. That's pretty good. But why not G3, for example? Or why not C4 with B5? Because we do expect Oren to get temp ship, right? Darklings get a spade. Swarmlings get big building. Halflings get a priest. And Oren get temp ship, right? I don't see it going any other way. Unless Swarmlings want a priest and Halflings get big building, especially if they're in the same team. C4, B5 could be interesting. Yeah, I think so. Like there is a connection for How do you think RN, like what's the scenario? Could you explain to me your thought process? Because who is taking temp ship? Okay, then 8 and 15, 23. So 22 is the offer now. At 22, you gotta take this. 3-9, okay, who's 3-9? That would be halves and swarms, right? Okay, I can see that. Yeah, because there is no other power tile, right? Because the worker power is gone and there is no shipping scoring. Okay, I can see that. Double spade, good, yeah. So who we think takes that? Yeah, like for sure you lose that. So somebody will deny the temp ship. I can see that. So who? Okay, it's too hard to predict based on the pairings. But I guess it has to be swarms or halves, right? So it's probably halves. But then Aren get either like double worker or a priest. Maybe that's still worse. Like I think what you end up giving to Aren is probably not priest. It's probably double worker. And they might open maybe stronghold in that's it's just crazy. I honestly think you let them have temp ship. I think like you bait them into like you either give them big building and bait them into big building, or you give them temp ship and bait them into dwelling rush. I think dwelling rushes are not that good. So yeah, especially on like low coins track, you'll just have you have a big round. Then what do you mean by WoW? Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I have been so unsuccessful with dwelling rushes that yeah. Like TM is to me is coin short, and this game is coin short. And but yeah, like on this track, there is dwelling scoring. Like when I was like learning the game, I thought like dwelling rush. Wow, that sounds like great strategy. Like whenever you can do it, just do it. And then I did it a couple of times, and I was like, it's not bad, but it's not amazing. So, and in 2v2, I think it's worse. Because you are not giving the... Oh, we have a pairing. So swarms halves at minus, well, like plus 25, 24. I think that's... Yeah, in 2v2, dwelling rushes are much worse. Because you are not giving power to who you want to be giving power. So like they cost power, and then the coins are usually still a problem, and you end up spending workers as coins, which is yeah. Okay, so E9, then halflings. I would expect H7 here. Or F7, maybe F5 or D8. They can also pair on E2 and D2. That's an interesting placements, I think. That's quite interesting. E2 and D2. I think that's also like e2, e3, d3 for halflings, and d2, c1, d1, e1 for... And ooh, and halflings can also dig around like f1 and f2. I like it. a4, b2. Yeah, that's a good one as well. There is a lot of good pairings, I think, here. But what I don't like about a4, b2 is that it's more like a halfling spot, and less... Like, one thing I would like instantly, like, can this be a sanctuary round 1 for swarmlings? That's like my question. Because I think then the economy will kind of explode if that's the case. Can they do it? Like, they can for sure get a big building, right? Can they get then a super crazy fast double key town? Because like e2, d2, like imagine halflings like digging e1, f1, d1, f2 for swarmlings with the landscapes. Okay, I can see that. I think darklings are also really good, and maybe darklings get a sanctuary round 1. Yeah. Good ideas, good ideas. I think this was like the most, I think, interesting faction pairing for auction that I've seen so far. Because there is just so many good options. Yeah, this is probably like one of the most important decisions that they're making, other than like finishing the auction. So I can understand them spending like 10 minutes here even. I think it's worth it. Like this is like, here you are making like 20-30 point swings with just the placements, I believe. But probably when you are ending the auction, you should already be prepared for E9. Like that was the most obvious one. So we'll see how it goes. Because the danger of E2, D2 is darklings coming to C1, right? That's the danger. On E1 they're toast, I do believe. So the only danger is C1, but you can... Wow, you can leave it for late. You can leave E2, D2 for late. So now the only problem is probably connection. Yeah, the only problem is probably connection, right? Like if you are like E2, D2 and like G6, H7. What do you mean punting? So I don't understand that in that context. Do you mean like winning or losing? SNS, neglecting. So that would be Germans with orange darklings. Are they? Yeah, but punt is like when you kick the ball, right? Like you are not able to score and you like kick the ball. So f5, okay, that's... and g6. Okay, so that was your idea. Oh, SS American friends. Okay, yeah, right. 4 pi is the other one. I don't like it. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I think g5 is strong here for darklings, and then they are forced to h7, and they're abandoning this like g2, g5, e10 maybe? No, or like, no, maybe it's not bad. But aren't they... I don't like when you are not immediately hugging your partner into v2. Okay, punt, do not care about it, thank you. Yeah, that makes sense. To be honest, I'm like a big fan of ignoring network. I think it's like sometimes one of the best strategies that you can make. Halves are all east f7. Are they? I think it depends on Darklings. Because I still believe that they would love e2, d2. That just sounds like a wonderful spot. They're like, the halflings are like entrenched with the... If Darklings get g5. Yeah, totally. I can see that. But what if they are not? Because I think if they are g5, they have to be e10, right? Unless e9 is like getting half stranded. But then what are you doing on g5 and e9? Yeah, this is interesting. I think those have been like the most interesting action I've seen so far, I think. And placements, because the mega sandwiches are always interesting, but this is like a good mega sandwich. This is like, you know, with a lot of vegetables. A healthy one. Yeah. We'll just see where they go. I'll just be right back. We do get e10. I do believe all east can still be on with g5 and h7. what I'm surprised is whenever somebody like places one dwelling here, for example. Now we are giving the information to the other team. Like if you are not placing them at the same time, just don't place them at all. It's obviously like this game is very hard and it's much harder in 2v2. So obviously, but just some tips for time management that are much easier to spot when you are casting instead of playing. D5, E6. D5, E6. Interesting. Yeah. I don't believe they are going G5. But I do believe if they are not going G5 and they're like, let's call it like B5, C4, for example. I do believe that I prefer halflings and swarmlings at this evaluation. And like going into that, in the first round of the tournament, in the winner's bracket, the Germans have won against Spades and Spadeability, so the French-American team. So I do believe they're the favorites going in. But it's like 55 to 79, so that's 24 points over for that. That's quite a lot. That's like losing the network, right? Like if one team gets all the network, that's 24 points. So that's quite a lot. That enables, I think, the other team to do quite a lot. C4 is risky. I agree. It's probably risky. So E5, F4, I think, right? That has to be it. I don't like it. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I would prefer, honestly, like G3, H5 probably. Yeah, I agree. C4 is risky. Like I would much rather play halflings, swarmlings here. Okay, so swarmlings. I think D2 E2 makes sense now. It's just a great spot here. And I think the G6 can even just be stranded. Like they don't have to do anything, but it can be turned into a town as well. Yeah, swarms feel great here. Like they're theoretically under pressure from green and black. And the green and black are nowhere to be found near them. So it's like they got the point for being in the sandwich, but they get no disadvantage on being in the sandwich. So it just feels awesome, and halflings are one of the best supporting factions, and I think swarmlings can carry this game. And they can do quite a lot, I believe, with the key in the end, like with the town scoring in the end. They can probably just build their landscape late and just get like free keys, I think. Dig through H8 to I11, I10. Yeah, I think halflings can do that for them, right? There is just no pressure coming. Like if it was witches, for example, right? Like witches could, for example, drop on I11. They could drop or on D1 or something. But it's just no pressure from the other team. Like the locations are just so isolated. Like after E2, D2, if they secure c1, what's the other teams going to do? Are they like placing f2 to contest you? No, they are not. I might be like wrong because yeah, I do believe all the players in that game are better than me at Terra Mystica. But they are probably also under a bit of stress. Also probably introduced by me because I announced that I will be streaming this one. So yeah, like just e2, d2 and like ignore network, use your 24 points there and just like have a great game. Yeah, they can still like, what can I do? They can like e6, d5 now to interfere with the others, but I think they have a stronger plan. They don't need interference. I still believe that would be strong. Like e6, d5 would be quite strong. But you then need, like, probably halflings are on temp ship then, and they're just double spading immediately. But I like this plan less. Like, let's just hug each other as halflings and swarmlings, you know? The unity between the Atlantis and the Shire. D2, B2. Where is B2? Okay, I can see that. D2, B2 is interesting. With temp ship. I agree. That looks decent. But I also believe that E2 D2 is just super strong. As Claybo used to say, super strong. Yeah, I like the plan with D3 as well. But I like that's a clever plan. But I think it's like it's almost the same because the north for Dark Klings is like whatever. I think. It's honestly like whatever. I think because like who is their neighbor there, like on the north? Are they like towning with like 6 dwellings or something? Priest first, okay. That's interesting. I think that's a line for to get temp ship to the. Yeah, I think that's like a line to give temp ship to Oren. No, but I think that the best that Darklings could have done was big building, in my opinion. That was the most disruptive one. But again, everything with a grain of salt from me because I'm a weaker player than those players. So yeah, everything I say, keep that in mind that they're higher rated players than me with more games, more accomplishments. I agree. BB for swarms and spades for halves. That just like the reason why I said that priest is like a way to guarantee tempship is exactly that. So that like big building for swarms just feels so good, and the spade for swarmlings feels so good as well. Oh, we still get the deny. I don't like it. But I think deranged is a player that likes to do a lot of denial and like stuff like that. That's in his psych profile, in my opinion. So yeah. Oren do get 0 spades now, do they? Do they care about spades, by the way? Darklings have 2 priests. They can dig e6 and e7 for them. Or Oren can just big building here. It's not bad. What is it giving them? I always forget. Is it 2 power? Oh, like okay, 2 power. Yeah, 2 power. That's a decent one, I think. I can for sure make it work. Okay, so they did collect a priest. Yeah, with a priest. Yeah, I'm big building if I'm Oren here. I am big build. Making the building big. Okay, Bowser. Yeah, I honestly hate the temp ship a little bit. Yeah, I hate the temp ship. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, yeah. Then you have 8, right? Exactly, 2 spades. That sounds amazing. You can spend the spade for darklings as well if you need to. Because you do have maybe slight problems with where to place those spades. But you can do e7, f6. I think Bowser is going to g5 first. Or does he need to use... No, he doesn't need to use the power, right? Everything good is already gone. Okay, they want maximize leech. Deny workers. But deny from who? Because Darklings are not getting any power before their move. But they cannot do it, right? Like, he can still deny next round. But I think casting Terra Mystica might be more fun than playing Terra Mystica. By the way, I like it quite a bit. Like, you see everything, you just say some stuff instead of, taking responsibility and getting crushed when you make a single mistake in the auction. There was only a way for me to see how many viewers we have. I'm wondering if somebody else... Yeah, I might just need to do that on my phone. Okay, what are we thinking about Darklings? Isn't that just dig e6 with a priest and place a dwelling there? Am I missing something? So that f4 can be turned into a stronghold? 2 and 4, thank you, Skoomy, thank you. Yeah, it is just e6. So now send priest to R, I believe. Yeah. And now no need for worker denial yet, so probably just a temple on... No. Now we dig g5, I believe. Because we want to temple when they would have upgraded to stronghold already. To give them more power. I do believe that Swarmlings... Yeah, like... Why are we not on big building as Swarmlings? I hate that so much. That's true, that's true. Like, for me, this is... Yeah, that's true. For me, this is perfect time, honestly. Because I just, like, I woke up, I did some stuff in the morning, and now it's, like, middle of the day, and I can just chill on Saturday. So that's amazing for me, but obviously for the States, you guys are asleep. And yeah, I think it's mostly the States, right? Like there are probably more players from the States than and like Canada and stuff like that. Stuff like that. I don't mean no disrespect. I actually really like Canada. So Americas, that's how I should call it. What are we thinking about? Are we really spending so much time thinking is it G5 or upgrade to Temple? It's not worth the time, Bowser. Just play one move. Oh, that would be great. Maybe we can do that next time. Yeah, that would be great. Because like right now I don't have it set up in the way that I can get audio from another person. Like so, I don't think we can jump in. But I think your analysis has been great, Skoomy. So don't sell yourself short. Thank you for being so active on the chat. This would be very lonely if I would just be here alone. Okay, G5. Yeah, as I thought. No, we undo. We undo. Did he use the spade before? Bonus card action, yeah. And now we are doing the same thing, but we are not placing a dwelling. That's crazy. Do we need to stall here? Really? Not worth the time. Okay, so Darklings upgrading E6 now. And now we upgrade F4. Okay, you want to stall. Yeah, I always forget that in Terra Mystica, there are like these tiles that you don't want early. Because in like Terra Nova, the spade tile, sure, it's the best tile round 1, but after that it's like, eh. But in Terra Mystica, yeah, the spade tile is good till like the late game, even. I would be more into like coins, I think, for the second round. Still probably like big building, maybe. Maybe a priest, I think it's still better. Maybe not big building. Cold coins and spade. You don't like priest? Kinda really like priest. I think early priests are insane. That's what I've learned. That has like that's like plus 100 elo for me. Like just learning that priests are insane early and they're like pretty crap later. The value of the priest is like it mirrors the value of the priest in like the civilization's development, right? Like early people, priests good. Nowadays priests probably not so good. But that would mean we are in the end game now. If I say so myself, but hopefully not. Bowser, What are we thinking about? It's either G5 or upgrade, right? Or are you thinking that you need to take workers now, but you don't? I don't believe you need to take, or are you like double spading? Yeah, we might be. Like, we are streaming for an hour and there's still round one. Like, this can be still made up. I think the German team had the time of the thing, but I don't think we should spend it here. Like, the optimization here is just probably not worth it. And yeah, like swarmlings are not building. Okay, I think the only thing that I can think of is double spading D1 G4, I would say, so that swarmlings can build D1. But swarmlings are perfectly capable of taking the double spade themselves. So they're just thinking who takes double spade and who takes workers. And I do believe that workers are better spent for halflings, so he should probably just take workers here. Yeah, so halfling takes workers, double spade C1 D1. Build on D1 probably immediately. Or does it matter? It doesn't matter. Like if you are fast and take a first action here, you'll get better rewards in round 3. But if you like wait out, you'll get a better tile. So it's just like small optimization that are just probably not worth the time right now. I would believe. Yeah, I don't think they need to advance dig yet, but the earlier the workers, they can snowball their economy with like G5 or H7, which they're doing this turn, I believe. So next question is like, who is taking the favors and like what favors? Yeah, they did take the workers. Now we are either double spading. Yeah, we are double spading. There is nothing else. We can be single spading as well for D1. But we are double spading, building immediately. That's a good move, I think. And now we are just one worker short. That's one problem I see. For one worker short and one coin short for a temple upgrade, which I do believe we want. Like I think that what I think that Spades have done here is that they herd their swarmlings to potentially herd the Oren, but I don't think they herd the Oren. Like I think they just switched Oren to a different path. They need 4 power, right? Because they need 3 and 6. So that would be... I don't believe they can do that now, unless I'm missing something. I think they will just build C1 and they will upgrade D1. And that will be their move. They have 6 power coming, which is not enough. They need 7. Oh, they can actually do that by upgrading G6, I guess. Or D1 first. Darklings. E-power worker. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was talking actually about swarmlings. I think swarmlings are 1 worker and 1 coin short. But they can make it for a temple. No, this was my bad, I think. I'm casting here, I need to make myself clear. They need to upgrade D1 or G6 to... But I do believe D1, that costs them 1 point, but it will give them more points in the future when they make a mega town there. So I do believe they need D1 upgrade and E2 temple. No, because that's too slow. Because they don't have a move and they need halflings to make 2 moves. So now the G5 is hurting them, actually. The slow G5 is preventing them from making a temple this round. I'm not sure if the temple is that much worth, but I'd say it's worth. So they probably just C1 now. But they are short, right? Even with E2 upgrade, they get 6 power. Is that enough? Maybe that's enough. No, they get 5 power, and that's not enough. Because they need 6. Yeah, and they need to sacrifice a lot, which is not worth it as well. So they're just not templing this round. They probably double temple next round then, right? Maybe that's okay. So halflings, H7. Oh, what did they take? Oh, they're still thinking. So Oren, yeah, Oren, the standard tile. We were thinking about that. How did Oren get the dig on E7? Was that Darklings? Yeah, but they don't get early priest. And like if they are two key towning and they don't have priests on like anywhere on the cults. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Oren don't have priest. That's a good point. That's a good point. Who do you like here? Like if you were to choose one of these teams to play, who do we like? But I do believe Oren will just conjure the priests. Or potentially get on the Darkling's passing tile. I do believe Darklings go on coins and Oren goes on priests now. Oh no, sorry. Oren needs to E7 first. Do I like it? Do I like this fire? I do like it. You are starting to like Darkling's Oren. I don't. To be honest, I don't. But maybe I should. It's like D5. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I do believe that the temp ship stealing was a mistake. I think that Oren with temp ship was a bait, in my opinion. That was like not terrible, but it was not good. So now Darklings on coins and Swarmlings now should take priests, I believe. But priest will be handy. And now we are back to half. What did halves do? What did they do? Ah, dwelling, okay. I still like having Swarmlings, I believe. Swarmlings do win the race. They have a priest. Darklings have power problems, I think. Like they're not getting as much power as they would like. I like H7. Like this is a low power game. I think that for Darklings, instead of fire 1 first, if they're passing on coins, R2 could be considered. So many of the power tiles are gone, and the neighborhood is not as good as Darklings might have liked it, because they don't have that much power incoming. Like E7 will get upgraded, sure, but yeah, they're not. Yeah, I like Aaron's game as well, which is Darklings can be supportive as well. Like they can play to snowball Oren, I do believe. Oren can carry for sure, but it's still a bit slow. Bowser, what are you thinking? What you're passing for? Big building. I can help you. Big building. Ah, that's okay too. Do you have to have ship? Can they just temp ship once? Oh, or even that. So that means that they temple on E9 to get a sanctuary town there? Deranged. Why fire? Shouldn't we be on water? E7, that makes sense. But are we templing on both? No, we don't have resources to do that. Like swarmlings just feel a little bit short on everything. Because I would like them to Earth 2 here, to be honest. Not Earth 1, which I assume they would take. I would like Earth 2 here. Please. Earth 2 or even Air 2. Or, crazy idea, but probably bad, Water 2. Yeah, I agree. They are not like they'll be support. They're not carry, so F2. Okay, that's a solid choice. That's the best choice. So is deranged under threat for the 2-key town? Not yet. So I do believe he... But he can might as well do it, right? He's single digging E1. But he has problems now. He has problems. Because... Oh, does he have enough? He has no, he doesn't have enough. He needs 5 workers and 9 cash. That's a good point. Can we do that? Yeah. So we need to up D1 for... What are we getting? Water 1? Do we get, like, how many? We get 5, 15 of that. Yeah, water 1. Yeah, but we are losing race to orange suddenly, right? Can we do that in time? We can, I guess. Yeah, so they dig E1 and G4, right? That makes sense to me. Or maybe started digging E3, but nah. Yeah, so no. That's a mistake. How do you recover from that? Ah, okay, because you get... I forgot, because you get power. Okay, that's not a mistake. Oh, and you get workers from... yeah, I made a huge blunder. Sorry, guys, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that swarmings are OP. And they have so many abilities, and they don't need anything because they're self-sufficient, and you always place them like... I love swarmings, by the way. Super strong, exactly. Super strong. 3 workers, that's insane. Yeah, that was a good move. That was a good move. That was a good move. But do they town for water 1 still, right? Like they temple for water 1. Sorry about that. Yeah, feels 2-key town. Yeah, that was super strong, and I like that move as well. Another super strong move. Exactly. I love swarmings, by the way. That was the exact quote. Earth 1. That might be rushed. I don't love it. I feel like this should be another econ favor. Like this is around 6 towns. I don't think you want to be taking Earth 1 as your second favor. Okay. I think we can agree that we like... was that conjured? Did they have the priest, or did they like use priest? Oh, they used priest action previously, right? And I just missed that. Yeah. I think they just like I liked that thing on water, I do believe, but it kind of makes sense. Like they split now, right? Halflings would take earth. Let's say that the steam cults, so fire and water, would be taken by swarmlings with the 2 keys, and they leave the last one to Oren because they cannot get all 4 probably. Especially with that head start on 8, right? They are just like every time they can just bump this. So I think that's smart. The reason why I think that is that they are taking water 1, and they are not taking fire until the late game. So I do believe that with the high advantage over the fire cult, they are able to like secure it with fire 2 when needed without like pressure, and they can now fight for the water cult a little bit. That's my understanding of the like strategic reasons, and I kind of like it when I think about it. I'm not sure if they went through exactly the same process. This might just be like, yeah, I prefer worker slate or something like that. But I do believe now they'll lose the race to Oren, like that's for sure. That they cannot win this. Like they have a key now, but Oren will have a key soon. So they will Oren will get blue and white. This one I like a little bit more. Because I do believe Oren will not have the opportunity for another temple anytime soon. Or a sanctuary. To hold off swarms, or that's a good point. I haven't thought about this. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, so this gets to be like two-pronged attack, right? But I do believe that swarms might not be interesting in pursuing either. Also, the like Oren getting just 2 cults. There is another way. They can pressure them into taking this before they have their landscape up, which would be almost as good as winning one. I mean, half as good as winning one, or like, yeah, half as good. Let's call it that. Yeah. Big building. Like, big building in TM is insane. It's like 2 workers and like early scoring for you because one of the buildings is good. It's one of the best styles in my opinion. Yeah. We do like the the American baguette here, I would say. More, right? 75 to 86. So they did make up some points. They did make up some points. Deranged is passing on. I have to say cold coins, right? Or is it the denial for the power and the shipping? Might be. Nafghar needs to get his worker economy up. But yeah. Okay, it is the denial. Not loving this, but not hating this either. Okay, so if we think like individually, who has a strong game? Swarmlings have strong game for sure. I like their game. Darklings, I like the game also. Oran, I do like their games. I don't like the Darklings, naturally, as they've been the lowest beat faction. Can't we make 4 towns with Swarmlings? I do believe we can make 4 towns. Like, if Halflings help just a little bit, I do believe we can make 4 towns. Like, imagine just F1, F2, H2, and then Darklings on H3 digging for us I3, and then we go I4 with Swarmlings. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. So that's 18 plus 2. 18. No, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah, so can we make that? That's like 6 plus 8, 14. And we used 3, 17. Yeah, we can easily make that. That would be 18 for free keys. So like two more towns. And in the meantime, maybe we can get a town also in the west with H8, I11, I10, H6, maybe? I do believe we can. Okay, so we need 24 total power, right? So 8, 16, 22, 24, 25. So that's quite easy. Do they? 24? I think we can leave 2 temples out and we still get it. 6, 14, 22, 23, 25. Yeah. And we just need 24. So yeah, we can leave 2 temples out. But then maybe we need space also more. So we need 9, 13, 14, 15, 16 spaces. 3, 7, 8, 9, 15. Okay, so we can leave one dwelling, one temple. We can leave. And we need to build the rest. Right, 9, 13, 15, 16, and we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 5, yeah. No, we're not strengthening a dwelling. We are building H5, I11, I10, and H6. But that means actually Earth 1 is good for us. Better than Water 1, if we plan to do that. Yeah, I've been not keeping up with the game because I've just been lost in my calculations. What are we doing? Yeah, e6 makes sense. d7, how did I got dug? Probably by Darklings with the spade. I see it used. I see coins taken, workers taken, double spade taken. Where did double spade go? Where did it go? e3? Denial of water 1. Do they even care about it? No. I don't think they care about it that much. You can just air 1 instead. I don't like it. This should be Earth 1, in my opinion. Okay, so colts. Les cultes, as they say in French. How do we like this? We quite like nothing changed. So where do we think that Oren will stomp? That has to be water, right? Has to be water. So do Oren temple on d7? No, they aggressively take f6. So they probably don't plan to sanctuary until round 5. We had such big plans for Swarmlings, and I do believe they are just going to probably just 2-town in the last round. Which is probably right. Probably our plans were like a little bit too complicated. But they were cool. And that's one thing that this plan would not be. They'll just be standard. But that's okay. That's okay. You actually win more with standard plans than with cool plans. And this is a high-level tournament game. Let's not forget that. But I do believe that the level of play from both teams has been really high in this game. Really, really high. As you would expect. I'm not sure I'm loving f6 though. Like, you're still sanctuary towning there, right? So why would you need f6? I guess you get some power out of it, but you also give some power. Okay, we are towning now. That has to be... I did not expect that, but that makes sense. I expected one bump on everything, but that's probably because I cannot play Oran well. And it would be awkward for them to only get one step. They would kind of need 2 steps to get them, and I don't think they can count on it. So coins make sense. Coin Town is a very popular town, I think, in TM. Very popular. I think that's going to be a little bit crazy. I would not hate... No, that's actually better what they did. Because I do believe they're upgrading shipping now. And they go c4, g3. Strongly disagree with those priests to air. I think that's just pressure, but I agree with your disagreement. They just want to put pressure on Oren on both tracks, on blue and white. Clog it up for Oren, but Oren don't care about the clog. They don't care a single bit. I think they just, like, with one culture watch coming, not horrible, but I don't like it. I agree with you. I think they would be better spent on making sure that you win Earth, because now I think Earth can be... I think you leave the space for halflings to chase them, not for swarms. But you need a key for that, so yeah, you might be right. You might be right that swarms are actually better prepared, even though it's more awkward for them, because they do need to chase them on water. Yeah, with the way they've done it, they just probably secured second and third, which is like 6 points. Not horrible, but could be spent somewhere better. The opportunity cost makes it looks bad, emo. Auran are for sure closing to Colts this game, I would say. With the way their game has been going, it's hard for me to see them not getting to Colts. By the way, Auran are like super good in 2v2 compared to, like, with the landscape, obviously, compared to other modes, I do believe. Like, they're just like this, the presence on the Colts is just so solid, and the green on the maps as well. So it's like super good. Okay, I do believe I have some food incoming, so yeah, the Canadians are really good with them. I have some food coming, so just a short break for me. Yeah, they did put Auran in like every game. Okay, so I'll be just muting myself because I will be eating for a little bit. I had to unmute because I heavily disagree with that. Like, if you are paired with halflings, that's why you're paired with halflings. Like, you want them to dig for you. You don't want to upgrade spades, in my opinion. Like, if two people are upgrading spades at this point, I believe something is wrong a little bit. Because you can just, like, upgrade it on one of the partners and the other can dig for you, especially in a situation like this where you are near each other or in both locations. And why are you going like a3, a4 if you could be like f1, f2, h2, e3, stuff like that? I don't see it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just, like, they have enough. Then they probably have enough for the second town there. 6, 10, 14. Or maybe they're going in both directions. Maybe they're going both here and f1, f2. Okay, what do we have here? I do believe they are carving spots for towns. Looks pretty decent for everyone. Not sure how many more towns can we expect, but I do believe it would be 2 for Swarmlings. It should be 2 for Halflings, 2 for Darklings, and 1 for Oran, which would put this at a disadvantage for the Black-Green. What was Black-Green called in MTG? I forgot. It was something weird. Was it? Abzan? No, Abzan was black-white. Ah, never mind. Third down for Darklings. I do believe it would have to be like B5, B4, A8, A7, right? Or B3. Can Darklings attack in the north? The answer is probably no. Where would be the third town for Oran? I don't see a good spot. Yeah, they kind of have to though, right? Right now it's 130 to 111. B5, A11. Yeah, but what about, like, how are you upgrading there? Are you just like building two expensive TPs and then I know that's a witch's spot, right? But they usually count on someone being on B4 or 9 for that. Okay, now we see where the spot will be for the third town. So that would be I7, I6, I believe, and the Darklings are... No, they're not coming there. I do believe third town for Oran makes more sense, because they can maybe get a third cult. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Witches are witches, if I say so myself. I do believe people woke up. I think you were right, Skoomy. Like, looking by, we have Jackal, obviously one of the top players. I do recognize some of the names, but I'm not sure. But Ryan the Man, already mentioned in the chat by you, one of the great Canadian players in 2v2, previously runner-up in the previous edition of the tournament. Lustros, who I recognize from streaming and from Seven Wonders as well. I love the nickname Boopy McBoopface. That's just great. Love nicknames like that. Their econ, you mean witch's econ? Yeah, I agree about that. Like, Oran econ comes in the form of cults. So Oran do get two spades, right? So I7, I6, that's looking like a real possibility. The only problem is the lack of Darklings on H5. But you cannot have everything, right? You paid so much for Oran and Darklings. I do believe, like, it kind of worries me for the sake of the Alliance of American Baguettes that halflings might try to get a third town, which I think would be a mistake. They still haven't upgraded their digs, for example. And like, even with the round, I do believe third town is less... how do I say it? The value is less than just upgrading your digs. I know they will upgrade the digs and probably get that third town if they had to. But that would be at the expense of one more town for the Swarmlings, I believe, which would be better. Because they get additional workers when they do the town. They can like snowball harder with multiple towns to claim these maybe networks and stuff like that. Network is probably a pipe dream at this point for both. I do believe center of the map is covered. So that 24 points that we were talking about are Darklings connecting. The only path is before B5 and before A8, right? So maybe they get maybe Darklings and Oran get a 3 towns each in the last round. That would be something, wouldn't it? b5, b4, 8, a7 for Darklings, g3, h4, i7, i6 for our beloved Oran. More for halflings to ship and kill b5. That sounds good. That sounds really good. f6 though. I'm not sure about that f6 honestly, because I do believe they want to upgrade d7 next round, right? And now they are farming a town just a little bit early. Unless they just don't want it. That's a possibility. Okay, who's standing on the tiles? So now... Because now we come into this, my favorite part. So jumping around the tiles when it's so hard to calculate and you have so little time. Yeah, so this can make or break your game. Essentially, like if you outplay on the bonus tiles for the scoring, you can just win, even if you're behind sometimes. Time check 2 hours. Yeah, I've been recording for 1:52. I do believe I caught the beginning of the game. I might be off like 1 or 2 minutes. So I do believe they will be in time. Like this does not look like more than an hour. I do believe those moves are a little bit easier now. Do we think time was lopsided though? Excellent questions. No idea. But I would believe the French baguettes. Sorry for calling them that, but I just like the name too much. Sorry, American baguettes. I messed up my own naming. I do believe they take longer, but I don't think they took enough longer. Yeah. Skoomy, that game was heartbroken when I saw the result. Heartbroken. But I honestly believe that like this has to change. Like if you are scoring on the time, you need to provide players with timers. Like it cannot go on like that. Like if teams are starting to lose on time by like 2-3 minutes and they are still like within 3-hour range, like one way to solve that, in my opinion, without like using anything else, is that like if the game took longer than, for example, 2 hours and a half, then you get penalized for time going over 35 minutes. To prevent, like, you know, because the only thing you can do is check the clock, kind of. Like you are in the zone, you're playing the game, you have no idea, right? Like you expect it to be more or less equal. So like if you are... Yeah, but they have to know, right? And like they don't know. And it's okay, like they stall, that's okay. I do believe that playing fast early and stalling late is not a recipe for success, in my opinion. I don't like that's a valid point, but I don't think it's good enough of the breaking point. Because like we heard the Canadians having this plan as well, right? For like playing fast against the Jackal B. So I do think it's a problem. Like, I think there are a lot of problems to be honest. But this is still like the best way to play Terra Mystica in my opinion. 2v2 is just chef's kiss. Yeah, I did suggest this. I think you just make an alt and you just play it that way and you just not care about elo. That's the cleanest solution, I think. Like if you can just go with main, or you can just like, you know, play an alt if you are elo hugging. I think playing with main and getting some free low by just bidding on the correct factions, that can be also something. It doesn't. You can set up a tournament, like the other players can set up a tournament for you. Like the organizer can set up the tournament for you and you just join the tournament and play. There is no need to be paid, to be premium account. Like I did it for... No, if you are in the tournament, no. The tournament organizer needs to be premium, but that can be just the organizer of the whole tournament, like Claybo or Terra Steel or someone from the chat. So you can set up the tournament for other players and they just join. And you don't join the tournament. That's how it used to be, because I did it for Seven Wonders, for the World Championship that we had like 3 years ago now? 2-3 years ago? Maybe they changed it, but I doubt it, because it wouldn't make sense for you to be in a tournament and not being able to play the game because there is no premium. So tournaments is a way to like get around the premium requirement. So you do that, you set it up, you even get badges for it. I think that's quite cool, even though maybe a wrong person will get a badge, but that's still okay, I believe. And like when the tournament is set up, you can just link to the game, like everybody can see where the game is starting, like with the clock. You automatically get like if they don't show up on the time, right? You just see that they forfeited because they didn't show up, because there is a timer scheduled and stuff like that. It's quite clean, I think. Okay, back to this game. Darkling game, I don't know it. I do believe you cannot make increment even. There is only custom clock. Like you only get certain times for finishing the game. There is no way to get increment there. At least there wasn't. Oh, we are making that third town, are we? Or are we worried about Darkling's connection? We might be worrying about, or just worrying about our own connection, which is valid, I think. That makes it better, in my opinion. B5, B4, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I agree. For the Terra Nova player, they still have... Their shipping is so low. So low. But there is no shipping scoring, so I guess that's the reason. Don't think... Yeah. Why are we going B6 instead of F7? Or are we just using 2 ship to get to B5 faster? B5 ambitions. That makes sense. That makes sense. Did we also, like, what did the Oren dig? Nafghar b6. Hate it. Honestly, hate it. But maybe I'm wrong for hating it. And deranged h8. Okay, h8 I like. They should lose b4 to halves. Yeah, the a8 one is big, I believe. Like, they could take b4 if they don't take. Actually, maybe I like halflings towning there. Just imagine b3, a7, a8, and a6. And then they just need fire too. And they make 3 towns. I actually like this. I was wrong before. They kill the connection, kinda, right? Because they have to connect on b5, b4, c2, which is very awkward. Halflings can still connect with e8. And I don't see Darklings towning there unless they go like b5, a10, a11, a12, b6. Which is kind of crazy, but they might do it. Okay, the most important thing right now, passing tiles. Who is on what and who is gaining what? So blue has a good one. Green has a good one, but awkward. Because they are probably not, no, they're still building, right? They're just towning. They are towning earlier because, no, doesn't matter. No, but they are towning earlier. Fire to rush would be interesting, but green doesn't want it. That's the problem. So I don't think there is rush unless there is denial from green. I don't think they are taking it. They will deny it, you think? I think halflings don't need it either. Like they can ignore it. I don't think denying is worth it. Yeah, it might be even better, but I do believe that, like with how it is on the fire track, they might take it. They might take it, yeah. But we still like halfling swarmings, right? Like halves can up d3, f5, get g4, and then get b3, a6, a7, a8, and either a5 or b4. So I don't think halflings need it. I do believe with the towns coming. How close this will be? I predict that halves swarms win by, let's just call it 13. That's my prediction right now. Like that Darklings game, that does not look good. And it's not a player's fault, let's just be clear about this. It's just like they just couldn't get going. The terrain was not that friendly. They didn't get any like crazy eco early. They got a priest early, but they like spent it for for Oren, which honestly, Oren have a great game in this one, but probably not great enough. Like I think they paid too much in the auction. That's just it. But I would look very stupid when they win this game. So let's hope for that. That would be great for content. Okay, what are we thinking about? By the way, we are attacking Earth, right? Or are we attacking fire? I think Earth. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen for sure. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't expect that to happen though. Why we don't still have digs up? That's my okay. B5. We do get A8, right? With otherwise it was all in vain. Like why did we dig A6? What was that? Was that like a misclick or something? We spent 6 to dig. What? Why didn't just we place on A7 and then? Okay, that's how you lose games, guys. That's how team Y will win. Suddenly, yeah. But I can explain maybe a little bit how these mistakes happen, because they did happen to us as well when we were playing. You are 2 hours into a game where you're constantly thinking, constantly bashing ideas, and you are also pressed for time, and you have no idea knowing if the time is right or not. So you just make a move eventually. Like you throw some idea, you make a move. We didn't spend 6 workers, we double dig it. At least. If that was 6 workers, then that would be like, wow, that would be something. But I guess there are like 6 workers. They should be like 2 workers. Sorry, if I said that, that's my bad. 6 power, sorry. I think that's right here. Why? No idea. It's also funny how these rounds cannot be dig rounds in Terra Mystica because they don't work. I always find this is quite bad. You have a dig tile that cannot be placed in round 5 or 6 because otherwise some races would just be OP. Can they beat them to A9? I don't see it. They need to place A7 And then they have no resources to dig A8. Ah, right, they have a spade. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I agree. Then it's fine. Not lost, I would say. Not lost. Not lost. Yeah, bonus style. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Still weird. Maybe they were afraid of... Oh, that might be it. The Oren might dig like A6 or something. Where do we think that swarmlings are... By the way, can swarmlings get... No, they can't, right? They would need like another bridge. Because I'm thinking about 3 towns for swarmlings still. That dream haven't died. It was just put on hold. F1, F2, H2, and they have it. And they have it. And they might actually want to fire 2 this round. No, probably not. Yeah. Darklings can triple C2. Yeah, yeah, they can. But... yeah, they can, but... I would say that connection is like making a town for them. Yeah, they still lost B4. Yeah, yeah, or D4. I guess that can be even better, right? Maybe they... Maybe the Darklings don't need Fire 2 either, right? Maybe they just D4. Maybe they just bridge to B6. Just make 2 towns like this. By the way, Orange should really Sanctuary on D7, right? It's better than waiting, because they get 5 points this round and 4 points from the passing tile. And they get their first pick of the tiles, which I think some of them could be very interesting for them. Like, for example, 1 bump, maybe? Or 11 pointer? Or 6 coins? This is still a low coin game. Maybe not low. Lower-ish. American baguette sticks. Yeah, I like it. It needs it, but neither of the Germans. Darklings to Towning. I agree. No fire to rush. Yeah. I can see that. Like, the Germans still want it, in my opinion. Like the Darklings. Maybe they don't. Are Oren towning in the north? In the south. Direction's hard. 5 towns coming. 6, 10, 13, 14. I still believe that Swarmlings would like to make 3 towns. So I still think this is 6 towns coming for them. But yeah, I'm probably wrong. But 5 towns versus 2 towns. That would be 5 towns versus 1 town, in my opinion. Because... no, yeah, versus 2 towns. Yeah, that's true. because the Oren are towning this round, and they have a... Yeah, this might be a blowout, you're right. Don Quixote is writing something. Just a mistake. Their digs are up. Yeah. I hate it on those digs. I don't know why. Like, you have halflings and swarmlings, and you upgraded digs for swarmlings. But maybe tactically it didn't make sense. I wasn't paying that much attention. There's just so much to cover, and if we want to explore ideas, we just don't have time for everything. That's how it is. This game is moving at too fast paced. I never thought I'd say that about Terra Mystica, but 2v2 is just full of wonderful surprises. Best way to play this game. By far. And yeah, you should also, when I remember, check out like Claybow's channel about 2v2. Oh, that's interesting. So they do that and they leave c5. Yeah. Clever. I never thought about this because I was just like optimizing. And fire to denial. Fire to denial. We like that. I think they recognize they're behind, and they're trying to throw some curveballs, which will probably end up being worse than they normally play, but we still like that. They need to take risks now, because I do believe they are quite far behind. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll surprise me. The sneaky Germans, they can do it. I am as well, I think. I just wish we could like maybe speed this up a little bit, because like I think that like it's very taxing. Like 3 hour, like these games are insane, and I do believe they are kinda decided in the auction still. Like we liked halflings and swarmlings from the beginning, never stopped liking them, and I do believe they're still quite ahead. So why do we have this, brawl for 2 hours after that? But yeah, it's still fun. It's still fun to calculate those lines. A6 had is in a doubt for a second, but other than that, I think. And when I forgot about E1 giving workers, but other than that, I think we were on the swarmlings. Like at no point in the game, Oren and Darklings were ahead, I think. Yeah, gotta be precise. Yeah. You're right. But it's like, I don't know how to call it. It's like, like you just make a good bet in the beginning. They left A8. The question is, do they really care about A8 there? And what did they dig? Oh, G4. Okay. Do they care about that A8? I don't think they do. Because if they build there, they have easy up for TP. If they don't take it, they can just still take it. So I don't think they care. I think what halflings care about is fire too. I'm not sure if swarmlings care about fire too that much, honestly. Like if they are just getting 2 more towns, then I don't think they care. They can still 2 down without fire 2. If they're 3 downing, which we hope they are, they need it. Like, is A8 really that blocking? It takes a natural hex, but other than that, does it matter much? I'm not sure. To close out fire, what if they just want cult from the town tile? What if they just get that? Okay, point scoring. So it looks like it will be even for the last round. And before the last round, we're quite close. We're quite close. +5, +10 for the American baguette or a French hamburger, whatever you prefer. I think I'd take French hamburger, honestly. That sounds like it would be more healthy. Lots of garlic probably and butter, but other than that, should be quite nice. But yeah, American baguette, that can work as well. And team German Wurst, because yeah, that's the only thing. Or Kartoffelsalat, which is a potato salad for those of you who don't had to learn German at school. Gruyere as the cheese. Gruyere on a brioche bun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, possibly. I think like the French like to keep it simple. I think like if the French are making a hamburger, they are not putting cheese in it. I think because that's hamburger. If they're making a cheeseburger, then that would be like they're very like principled in their kitchen. I do believe. But yeah, I can see some Gruyere there. Definitely. I can see also like some weird camembert things going on. But this is not, sadly, a cooking stream because I cannot cook very well. But other than that, let's go here. Swarming. Oh, what do we have? First moves. Spend to collect a priest. Okay, spend to collect 7 coins. Makes a lot of sense. Advances on track. So... What? Are we not taking fire too immediately? Like, we could have taken 2 fire twos now. And instead we are advancing digs? What are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? Why are we upping digs? Somebody explain this to me, please. Okay. I don't hate it even, because that gives some space for upgrades, but do we just... We don't have enough TPs for all of this without A8. Or even with A8, we don't have enough TPs. No, with A8, we actually have. Okay, so what did we take? Advance on every... So we are not taking fire 2, I think, with swarmlings. But like, why A5 and not A2? Like, if the swarmlings are still digging A8, that doesn't matter. And if they are digging A8, then they can upgrade the TP there. Okay, so we expect 2 leech from that, and that makes it worth it? Nah. Nah. We could just F1 and then go for the beloved 3 towns. So 4 towns warnings. That would be so cool. Okay, we are killing the connection for halflings. At least attempting to kill the connection, but... Can you guys hear the rain, by the way? Because there is like a heavy rain right now. D6, I agree, D6 is still available. Like they will upgrade digs, right? And they don't have much to do, honestly. They just need to get fire 2 or like upgrade some stuff. Okay, that's good, that's good. You shouldn't be able to hear it. But it's like there is like a heavy, I would say, storm coming. So I was just wondering if the sound can be troubling. Okay, okay. So it's hard for me to see Oren getting more than 1 town. It's hard for me to see Darklings getting more than 2 towns. So we do believe it will be 2 town versus 4 town? 3 town versus 4 town. So that doesn't sound great. At that moment, we have 194 to 171. So that will be 23 points advantage. And let's assume they're just losing network all the way. So now, so that would make it even, but we do have, I think, slightly better scoring for blue than for green. Nobody else is scoring, and then we need to talk about the cults, which do sound better for green black, but not enough better to offset everything that's happening there. So I do believe that Swarmlings, Halflings have it. I would bet like $1 on it. On €1. This, after all, some of the most European teams. I do believe there is one more European team left. It's Super Charne and Zarito, which we'll be rooting for. At least I will be, because I'm rooting for European as a European myself. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he did get fired too. And that looks decent, I think. Like his position on the cult and everything. That looks alright. I do believe that Oren might like to chase. the Browns still. But with 4 towns versus 3 towns, still looks rough, I think. Still looks a bit rough. Oh, there is one hope, I think, for the German team. The time. I forgot about that. I do believe that the team American Baguette or French Burger can still lose this on time. Because I do think the advantage might not be big enough to offset that they're spending most of the time right now. And that has been the case for quite some time. Yeah. The baguettes might be trouble. Workers. Sure, buddy. Let's get workers. But, oh, I actually miscalculated because they only have like 3 towns versus 3 towns. So this may actually be closer than I think, with the timer especially. So stay tuned, folks, because this will be closer than we thought. We have... Unless we have one more town for the swarmlings, or there is some... How should I say it? Some sketchy things going for connection. The Darklings needs quite a bit of digs though, right? They need to triple dig D4. They need still to up shipping. Like, man, why they were beat down so much in the auction? Like, what did they see that didn't materialize, or what did we not see that was the potential? Like, you know how there is this like theory or like even some proof that eventually everything becomes like a crab? I don't remember what it's called, but it's like eventually every like form goes back to like being a crab. So I do believe kinda in Terra Mystica, like in those games, like eventually everything's just swarmlings. Like here, swarmlings are just insane. They were in a sandwich. They were in like a tricky position because that was position number 3. And they are still like so on top. Who is winning? Thank you, Zarito, for the question. I do believe swarmlings, halflings, but we are worried for the time for them. So this might be close because of the timer. That's fire 2, right? Still exciting, yeah. That's fire 2. Okay. One more town. 2 more towns for swarmlings. 2 more towns. I'm calling this. F1, F2, H2. And Oren will steal the bridge. I hope so. Because I predicted this since the start. Like, we were counting this very heavily. They can get it. It's tricky, but they can get it. Okay, now we are just funneling power towards Darklings so they can make a town? Is that what we are doing? Now we are securing connection. Sure. A2 is not really more expensive than bridge H2. Yeah, you might be right. But A2 is not enough. Right? How much do we need? 6, 10, 12, 13, 14 we have, and we need 18, right? Oh, okay, A2 is enough. A2 and H6 is enough. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. A2, yeah, they need... Oh, we're counting this. So if they are leaving 2 temples, they need to build everything. So they need 5 buildings. So they need F1, F2, A2, H6, and A1, probably. Right? 6, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Maybe I counted wrong. Maybe they can leave. Yeah, they can leave actually 2. No, they need 4 buildings, yes. So they need 4 more dwellings and a free upgrade. Can they do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. 15 workers needed for that. That can be easily achieved. And 12 cash. That can be easily achieved. Yeah. 15 workers and 12 coins. Yeah, precisely. Sorry, I didn't see the message in chat because I was deep in my thought. Yeah, they have it. I think they have it. That will be exact. I think that will be exciting. Yeah, so they can do it without the bridge. You're right. Bridge is still, I believe, the preferred option if they would able to get it, but they won't because that's 3 mana to save 2 workers. They can get it. Okay, then I think this is even more heavily. Like the only thing I'm worried right now for Swarmlings, Halflings is time. That's the only thing that can stop them, I think. Only the time can stop them. That should be put in like the title, or the subtitle of the movie. American baguettes versus the time. Bad towns left. But will they have bad towns left in a town round? Like, how much is the worst town? Like, it's still like 13 points, right? And how is their network? Because that still might be quite an impressive network. That would be without 3, without 7. So that would be 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that would be 9. So maybe not that impressive. No, that's... So I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This can be 11 network. That's not enough probably to beat anyone. 27 resources for 13 points. But isn't that 13 points? Yeah, that's not great. I agree. Yeah, there might be better conversions. But do they have something better to do? That's the question. They can steal blue cult. That's better for sure. Blue cult is better. That's better for sure. So yeah, like C1 up for blue. What is this? British bridge denials. Yeah. 8 points for 9 resources is great. And you get free power also, right? And you give 1 power to, or better, or 2 power for 1 to your partner on A4 or C1 or E1 even if you need. Oh yeah, that's a great point. 12 points. Yeah. Good to have people in the chat because there is so much to calculate here. I'm already tired even just casting this game. I can't imagine what the players are feeling. I actually can because I've played those games, but yeah. It's tough, it's rough, and we are approaching actually 3-hour mark. So I do believe one of the teams will be in time trouble, and the team American Baguette would be in trouble. I do believe. Yeah, no idea what they haven't done it, and I do believe Oren needs to. I guess Oren are counting that they will get 1 probably anyway. If they send a priest to Earth right now, maybe they get 1 in their way. Yeah, they don't have a key now, but they will eventually get a key, right? And they cannot get both. Why? Why E5 and not dig D4 for connection? I don't get it. Why not dig D4 for connection? We have priests. I7 for Oren. Where is I7? Okay, I can see that. But in this game there was a situation where there were double spades available for Oren from cults, and they decided to dig B6 for Darklings. Instead of getting, for example, those 2 digs to I7. So maybe they went back and forth, which is not bad. If they realized they maybe made a mistake, but yeah, I mean, like at this point, with players feeling so tired, I do imagine that there can be some inaccuracies coming up. I'm not claiming that for sure D4 was better, but at this state of my knowledge, I do like D4 a little bit better. Because I do believe with our point deficient, we need to be a little bit more present on the network. I do believe if we are not winning both networks with the control of the sender that we had from the start, I do believe we are in some trouble. But maybe they believe that they still lose to halflings. The network race. Can the halflings up the... Okay, they get a shipping town, right? No, okay, sorry, they got shipping town earlier. Now they are sending priest to cult. Okay, so now we steal the cult from Oren, right? Now we go A4. Go A4. We went C1. That's good too. And now we get water free. Yes, I like that. Yeah, maybe Darklings are third. I don't... third? They might be fourth. Can Swarmlings connect? No, they cannot. But can they like F1, H2, G1, I4? I2 maybe? And then they are like... No, they probably can't. Fairly network. Yes, that's what I thought as well. Yeah, maybe that's a good point. So now Halflings look like rock stars, but I do believe Swarmlings get ahead of them. Swarmlings would be first, Darklings would be last. So Oren needs to get ahead of... No, if you get first and third, you are always win, right? In 2v2. But Darklings have one more town incoming, but other than that, meh. Third from network. So I do believe that the French baguettes have it, unless there is a heavy time penalty. Which it might be. I don't think there is much to do here anymore. I do believe Oren missed a little bit on not getting the second cult. I think if they just Sanctuary on D7 even instead of E7, I do believe it's better for them. If they get the cult, even if they don't town in the town round, it was still better for them, I believe. There is some diggery going on I7. Who dug that? And that's towards Oren, so that would have to be either Oren or Darklings. Can they make another town, and does that help them enough? They have the workers, they have the cash, they just don't have the digs. Can Darklings dig for them? Yes. Yes, they can. They didn't took it first round. It was actually, they waited quite a bit, but Oren also did like some moves. I think they're like, they placed some other thingies before they started making the town on C5. Yeah, there were nothing like, they could still get it like at the start of the turn, I do believe. There were some, there was some I'd say inaccuracies going on. Like they were like, there was this like bridge race for some reason for, I don't know who even needed that bridge that much, but okay, now we are going fast. And I do believe Oren are first on network, right? That's kind of guaranteed. I guess they don't have that place for the next. But that will be a tie actually, right? There will be a tie. What is he taking? Probably a priest, right? Yeah, this does not look close. Yeah. Who needs upgrade digs, right? When the swarmlings can do it for you. I do believe at the start of the round it was available for Oren to do C5 and get the town to close water. I do believe that was possible. But yeah. Okay, Darkling's passed and they are last. They have their last in cults. They just get 6 from network. That's a horrible position. Yeah, I love halflings dig upgrade. I fully agree, and I think that the halflings could dig for swarmlings this game. I was very advocating for like F1, F2 being dug by them, or like H8, I11. This can all be dug by halflings in my opinion, but this game worked maybe even better. Like it clearly worked. Like they knew what they were doing here, right? It looks like they have a huge advantage at points. Like they kind of win cults, right? Or they win all the cults. The network is very close, and they have better scoring, just like by 2 points, but still that's better. Or do they? No. Oran do build like on I4 still, right? Or A11. And they have a points advantage from the start. So okay, what are we doing? What is this? Okay, we are still. Yeah, that's worth it. Or is it? That's +4. But we spend quite a bit of resources and we lose 1 point from R1. Or do we? We don't, because we are still okay. Yeah. Darklings were beat quite hard in the auction by everyone. Like there is in 2v2 there is usually this jump for. Yeah, I think they know. That was quite a game. A bit sad that we didn't get any turnarounds. Oh yeah, that was just paid, right? Because it's still worth it. Okay, yeah. 7. They placed on I11, so they do in the network. Okay, I'm just going to do this to see the result because I don't like to wait. Oh, so actually closer than expected. So that's +5 and that's +34, so 29 points over. And the time, yeah, they're over time, but they're not by a lot. Not enough. That's 8 overtime or 9. Like 6 plus 3, 9 or 10. Yeah. Oren did have a great game here. Like cults are just so strong in 2v2. You round it down, but you round it down for both people. Okay, because you don't get the over one when you are over an hour, I guess. Yeah. 8 over? No, 9. Still 9 over, right? That's... Oh, because that's 2, right? No, 6, 7, 8. That's 3, and that's 6. Right? Yeah, 9. And they are under time. Elaeagnus here with a quick game. But yeah, the rematch was successful. Congrats to Team American Baguette, as they would now be known after this stream. And yeah, I don't think there was like any mistakes last round that was important enough to change the outcome of the game. I do think that it was the auction. Thank you for joining the stream. Without you, Skoomy, I don't think I would be able to do it, honestly. So thank you very much. Bridgetown possibility. Did we miss something? What was that bridge town that we missed? Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. If the time is right, I might do it again because this was fun. It's snowing outside. You're in Sweden, right? I have like a storm, but it's over now. Snow is good, I guess. Cool the planet a little bit. Shown up a little late. Oh, thank you, deranged. How was the game? Really good, really good. I think you were in it from the start. I think the action was won. I do believe that even at yeah, 9 timer, but much more points. Yeah, it was Zarita was not there, so yeah, so he's flaming now. But other than that, yeah, I think you had it from the auction and you just never let it go, which was quite good. We were interested about upgrading digs for swarmlings versus halflings. A6 was maybe, yeah, Oren's but like Oren's game was good because the starting boost for Darklings was used for Oren basically, right? Like they dig E7 for them, and they still lost the race to 2 keys. Like we were predicting that 2 keys will be, and we thought in the auction that Swarmlings have it. And that's why I think that the pairing was underrated a little bit. Like this middle was okay, but I don't think it was like good enough. I was actually D1 green, C1 black. Where is that? D1 green, D1, D1 green, C1 black. Oh yeah, we are not scared about this because you need to commit first. Black needs to place C1 first. E5 Darklings. Yeah, but like if the Darklings play C1, you can just go somewhere else, right? You can just go H4 I8, for example. Or even D5 E6. Like just because Darklings are on the last spot, they cannot do anything to you, I think. Like you were never under pressure, I think, from them because of the placements, because they place before both of you, and you just go first pairs, and then you just place the pair in another spot, and there is just so much spot that they can take, right? Because C1 D1, if you are not there, if they are not denying you anything, paired with E9 E10, that's not a good. No, I cannot cast another game, guys. Sorry. My voice is. Oh yeah, good luck, Zarito. Yeah, good luck. 30 minutes. That's some Terra Mystica Saturday for us. Yeah. I'll be rooting for you. Yeah. Like honestly, big thanks to Skoomy. Like he was like the best chatter that you can have as a streamer here. He like analyzed the lines with me. It was a little bit like a co-cast with just him being in the chat. But yeah, big thanks to Skoomy again here, and big thanks for Zarito and deranged as well for coming to check on this in the end. That's very nice as well. Okay, I think I'm just gonna end the stream. We just hit 3 hours. No, I think the chat analysis was quite great. See you guys. I'm just gonna end now.